No!
What if the real answer is no? For over 20 years, Firefly has existed in a very strange place. Cancelled too early, loved too much, and never quite replaced. We got Serenity, and for a lot of people, that was closure. Painful closure, but still closure. Now suddenly, there's talk of bringing it back. And after everything we've discussed, the risks, the possibilities, what it needs to get right, there's one question left. Not can they bring Firefly back, but should they? Over the last few videos, we've broken this down from every angle. The announcement, the idea of an animated continuation, what the revival absolutely has to get right, and even what the fans are saying. And there's a strange tension running through all of it, because people want more Firefly, but they also don't want it ruined. And those two things don't always go together. Firefly works because it ended. This might sound backwards, but part of what makes Firefly special is that it didn't overstay its welcome. It didn't run for 10 seasons. It didn't slowly lose its identity. It came in strong, left early, and stayed exactly as people remember it. There's no bad season people argue about, no decline, just one tight, memorable run, and sometimes that's better than dragging something out. Serenity was an ending, whether we like it or not. Now let's talk about Serenity, because this is where things get complicated. That film gave us answers, resolution, and loss. And for a lot of fans, that ending matters. It has weight, it has consequence. If a revival ignores that or rewrites it, then it risks undoing the very thing that gave the story meaning. And that's a dangerous move. But the world still has stories. At the same time, there's a reason people are still talking about this. The Firefly universe feels bigger than what we saw. There are stories before the series, between episodes, across the rim. And that's where something like animation actually makes sense. Not as a replacement, but as an expansion. Something that adds to the world without tearing down what came before. Hollywood doesn't have a great track record. Let's be honest. This is where a lot of the fear comes from. We've seen this before. Beloved franchises come back and something just feels off. The tone changes, the characters feel different, the writing loses its edge, and suddenly you're not watching the thing you loved anymore. You're watching something wearing its skin. That's the risk. So, what's the right answer? So, where does that leave us? Some people will say, leave it alone. Others will say, bring it back, but do it carefully. And honestly, both sides make sense, because Firefly isn't just another show, it's one of those rare cases where the flaws are part of the charm, the ending is part of the identity, and the absence is part of the legacy. Final thoughts. So maybe the real answer is this: Firefly can come back, but only if it understands why it mattered in the first place. Not the surface level stuff, not just the characters and the ship, but the tone, the weight, the feeling that these were people just trying to get by in a universe that didn't care about them. If they can capture that, then maybe, just maybe, there's still more story to tell. If they can't, then maybe it's better left where it is. So, now I'll throw this to you. After everything we've talked about in this series, do you actually want Firefly to come back? Or do you think it should be left alone? Let me know in the comments. And if you've been following this whole Firefly series from the first video to this one, hit like, subscribe, and stick around. Because if anything real does happen with this revival, we'll be right here watching it unfold.